Hey, YouTubers and people of the comic book community. This is Liking the Covers 4963, back with another video. This is going to be part two of my X-Men collection, 70s and 80s, and this next part's going to be the 80s. Some of the ones I have, I don't have the whole run from 83 to 89. But I do have some, and I plan to get others as the time goes. It's on a long list or a short list of ones that I come across. Like this one here, I came across couple. It's been a couple years ago. I came across this one. I just discovered that that I had this in my first one, in my first part, but this one here is Neal Adams cover, and Neal Adams does the inside penciling and artwork. So yeah, and I was switching it off to another bag and board and looking through it, and yeah, it was fun. I have fun reading my comic books, even when I'm going through the small boxes and finding out what I got and what I don't got. Okay, as I start part two, I start with issue 173. I don't have issue 172, but I do have this one, and this one's intriguing. Wow. Another one that I would call one of my favorites. This is from September of 83. Paul Smith cover. And as you can tell, Wolverine. That's just Paul Smith is, I mean, he's got a, good way to, I don't know how many times he's done Wolverine, but it's quite impressive. So number 173, September of 83. 1983 from October, number 174. This is Paul Smith doing the cover work, and another one quite with the coloring. I mean, I like the way the yellows. It's just a very intriguing cover. Just bravo for Paul Smith on that one. Brings me to number 175, November of 83. And this, as it says, the 20th anniversary issue. The X-Men started out in September of 63. This one here is in November of 83. And it also does not have the Uncanning above it. It just got the X-Men. But this, I'm thinking is, yeah, I'm wanting to say Paul Smith, and there's others that probably did artwork to this, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, wow, a lot of detail to that cover. As you know, that's not, if you've ever read this or seen it, that's not Jean Grey. That's the one that, well, Mastermind's back from when he was back in the Dark Phoenix saga. So yeah, kind of he tried to wreak havoc on the look-alike of Jean Grey. But yeah, I mean, this is nice here. So, Colossus and Wolverine and Kitty Pryde and Storm, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Lockheed up there. It's like if he would have got her, and little dude might have got hurt. 176, December of 83. This one here is a cover from John Romita Jr. And this was the beginning of his run or arc of doing the covers, which quite intriguing cover. There was some controversy over this when they shot it, because it's like, his beams were shooting the X-Men, but some debate, it won out that, go ahead and just blast the X-Men title. 193, jump to May of 85. This is a special double issue, sized issue. It's the 100th anniversary issue of the all new, all different X-Men, which, if you remember, X-Men started out again at 94. Well, the giant size X-Men #1 and then 94 started back in 75. But this one here has got to do with the story of Thunderbird, which this is Thunderbird the second, I believe. But it connects with the story of the death of Thunderbird that happened in issue 94 or 95. It was 95 that his death occurred. And like I said, this one here is John Romita Jr. And it's also a first appearance, which, if I can, I'll get her in there. Yeah. First appearance of, sorry about that, of Firestar. Angel Jones. Number 193. Then I jump to 215. This is the cover art of Alan Davis and Dan Green. This is also Longshot joins the X-Men. And as you can tell, they still over here have, because prior to this they had Magneto was in there at that particular time. And then Kitty and Nightcrawler and Wolverine and Colossus and Storm and Rogue. But yeah. And this is an introduction. This is the first appearance of Stonewall, Super Saber, and Crimson Commando. Yeah. 216, April of 87. The cover of this one is Barry Windsor Smith doing the cover work on this. Intense cover there. Orange cover. Orange cover there. At number 218. This is a cover by Arthur Adams, which I don't know him that well. I don't even, like I say, I'm just thinking where have I seen his work, but this is one of them that he did the cover art for. June of 87. December of 87. Number 224. Mark Silvestri is the cover artist of this particular one. And I think he starts out on these because he does the cover and he does the inside. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, he has his signature on the side there. But this is intense here. Havoc with Longshot. When I got this a couple years back and only paid $3 for it. This one here I got in a lot when I was doing Yard Seller. This is from February of 1988. Cover by Mark Silvestri and Dan Green. This is the double-sized issue pertaining to the storyline The Fall of the Mutants, which this is, well, intense cover. That is just, wow. That stay there for a few seconds there and get a good look at that. I mean, that's a good cover. I like that one. X-Men 228, April of 88. Terry Austin, Pardon me about that. Austin, Terry Austin, doing cover work on this. 229, May of 88. Mark Silvestri, again. 246, Leap 2 to July of 1989. Mark Silvestri again. And also another cover, 247. Before, and this one here, people have shown this one a lot. This is the Uncanny X-Men 248, and a lot of people know what this one is. This is the first Jim Lee cover art for the X-Men, and that's just, wow. That's an intense cover. It's just one of those that I've seen in in the community, a lot of people have, so not a bad one not a bad one to get. And if I'm not mistaken, it's not a big price for it. I mean, and I've heard people find it in a dollar bin, and that's what it is, $1. A regular price, cover price. So, yeah. These next few ones, before I wrap it up here, this particular one here is the Uncanny X-Men 252. This is also Jim Lee cover art. And this here is a second part of a two-part story dealing with Wolverine, and you can tell on the left here, Lady Deathstrike. They're looking for Wolverine, and that's from mid-November of '89. Okay, this one here is 253, late November. That's a nice cover there. But that's Mark Silvestri. That's one of his, and it's featuring Magneto's journey to Moore Island, Banshee's rescue of Lorna Dane, the escape of Jubilee and Wolverine, and the return of Forge. So yeah, and in the middle of that is Storm. And my last one on this one is early December 254. And to save the dream, a new legend is born. And this one here is a Jim Lee cover also. So that's what I have in for my 80s X-Men collection. I have 3 silver, I have bronze, and I have copper age between those decades. So if you got any comments, suggestions, anything that you'd like to see, just leave them in the comment section. If you'd like to subscribe, please subscribe, and I will do the same for you. I try to answer the comments the best I can. I'm still learning how to do that. Next up, I have my collection of Spider-Man, the 70s and 80s, because I don't own any of the 60s Silver Age. So come back and for that, and have a good weekend. And a day after birthday to John Romita Sr. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Remedy. Boy, I'm going to destroy your name. But yeah, happy birthday. This is living. Oh my God, liking the covers 4963. I'll see you next time.